Hey everybody, Carl Bethke from Rush Outdoors. Welcome to the third episode of the Whitetail Obsession. Hunting with my nephew Cody tonight. We got a bunch of pictures here on this camera. Some pretty good bucks coming through and a bunch of doe. We did hunt here this morning, didn't see anything, but just put the camera up yesterday. Quite a few mosquitoes in tonight. We got a big front coming in. Could be bringing rain for the next 4 days. I'm big on barometric pressure hunting, and so with the change coming today, I'm expecting some deer movement in here. If a doe comes along, I'm going to shoot the doe. If the buck comes, Cody's shooting, so stick around. This episode of The Obsession, we're going to be talking about the October lull. It's been starting out pretty much the way it normally would for everybody here in southern Wisconsin. Not seeing a lot of deer. Everything seems to be transitioning to the acorns. Deer are transitioning on food sources, so I'm going to show you some of that. I'm going to show you some bucks cruising. Recently, with the cold weather we've had here in southern Wisconsin, we got some deer cruising. No giants, but all the little guys are up on their feet looking for girlfriends. Hope you enjoy this short episode of the Whitetail Obsession.
Whitetail Obsession is brought to you in part with Clean Shot Archery and Knockout Lighted Knocks, the frustration-free lighted knock. QAD, Quality Archery Designs. Grim Reaper Broadheads, watch 'em drop. Scent Blocker, close enough to kill. Obsession Bows, fuel the obsession, change or be left behind. Whitetail Obsession Scents. Vein Tech, precision veins. Also in part with Vortex Optics, a power in optics. Dakota Decoys. True Glow, when brightness counts. Bully Game Calls. G2C, Wildlife's Choice. Black Eagle Arrows. And Rush Outdoors Video Hunting Team. Be sure to check us out at rushoutdoorswi.com or the whitetailobsession.com.
Early morning hunt. The sun's just starting to come up now. Just got camera light. We're supposed to have a northeast wind. Well, it's more north. So I think we'll be alright with the stand. We'll see if it switches to the west. We're kind of parked. But anyhow, we got a few does. I haven't seen much for bucks on this property. First time in the morning. We'll see what happens. Stick around. a nice cold morning here in southern Wisconsin. About 31 degrees. Early, you can see the sun's rising just over the horizon behind me. We had that nice little buck come in. A little year and a half old, but he definitely did something we like to see. They're using this edge. Transition between food and bed, so I don't know, maybe there's a bigger one a little bit later behind it, we'll see. I did see this deer, I think he was cruising. He's probably about a quarter mile away when I seen him, so worked his way all the way to me. Stick around, maybe something bigger will show up.
Well, that one ended like everybody would expect. Nice year and a half old little deer comes through, cruising early October. Kind of hoping for a bigger deer to show up, and obviously one never showed up. But it was definitely a good experience. Noticing that deer are using that edge. It's kind of transition zone every year, but obviously the October lull. Things have slowed down here in southern Wisconsin for everybody. The whole staff is reporting pretty much the same thing. Some guys not seeing deer, some guys seeing a few deer. Nothing really big for us right now. We did have a couple hunts that went really well here last week. I'm going to show those to you. Self-filmed hunts. One by Pro Staff member Jeff Desitel and one by Cody Van Haren, Pro Staff member. Both ended up the same. So check them out. It's a great self-filmed hunt. These guys' first self-filmed hunt.
Friday, October 10th, evening hunt. I'm at the opposite end of the CRP that the wife and I were hunting last night. I just get out here. I got deer coming out already. I'm going to spin them around, show you. 2 small bucks, but it seems like the deer are going to move a little more tonight, a little earlier. I've seen a few on the way out running across the road. Let's see what happens. Stay tuned. I'll get these couple bucks for you that just walked out. This night finally paid off. October 10th, evening hunt, sitting on the ground, CRP, no ground blind. I've had 5 deer, 5 does come walking up with me. I made a shot on a nice doe. She's probably 15 yards, walked right up to me. She run another 50. I watched her tipped over. Playing solo hunter tonight, so I'm hoping I got the footage. I zoomed in. I'm hoping the footage turned out. Let's go do the recovery. I know where she's at, so to make it easy. Well, I went to recover my arrow. I cannot find my arrow anywhere. So then I proceeded to the spot where I seen the deer fall. I found the spot where the deer fell. I never seen the deer get up and leave. The deer's not laying where I watched it fall. There's blood there, but there is no deer there. So I'm gonna have to get some reinforcements. I'll get my gear out to the truck and we'll come back in and look for her. Well, I can't tell you how relieved I am that we actually found her. I was nervous last night, shot her. She run 50 yards, tipped over. I watched her drop. Turned my attention to some other deer with the camera. Never saw this one get up again, and she run onto private property. So I waited this morning, got permission from the landowner to come in after her, which he obviously granted it to me. And I want to thank you, Jim and Teresa, for letting me come in here. So I will get her ready and get her cleaned up, get her out of here.
Obviously, everybody can see on that self-filmed hunt that Jeff had the deer just go outside the frame on the right side of the camera frame. It's his first year actually filming. I thought he did a pretty good job there. I mean, everybody makes mistakes, but you know, he looked in his viewfinder and seen that there was does in the viewfinder, and he thought the one he was shooting was actually in the viewfinder. Ended up being right on the edge of it, but a successful hunt for Jeff. And now check out this quick hunt with my nephew, Cody Van Haren.
Wisconsin with Team Rush Outdoors. I'm Cody Van Haren. We are sitting on a spot that we've had a few pictures of does and fawns come into, and my cousin was originally going to hunt this spot tonight, and I was going to sell the other side of the property, but I decided that I'd come over here because my cousin didn't want to hunt because we knew that there were some does and fawns running through here, so I had another antlerless tag and trying to get my first deer out and down on film, and it's been a struggle sort of this year, so we're gonna sit here and see what happens. It's a north wind, so got a couple hours time. We'll see what happens. Stick with us, and who knows? Never know. Could be the night. Guys, down here in southern Wisconsin, and I just got in the tree. I talked to my uncle before I got down here, and he told me that I should go and sit in the stand down the way a little bit. I actually got down to the stand, and it was a little too high for me. I'm not that big on heights, but just had 2 fawns come in, and this other one's right behind me, so I'll do this real quick.
coming in here with a tall doe, but the doe, I didn't see the doe at all, so I had 2 fawns come in, and like I said earlier, I'm trying to, wanted to get my first deer down on film this year. That was my main goal, so I had these 2 deer come in, and they came into 20 yards right where I wanted them to, and drew back on the first one that stepped in and took a shot. She ran off probably 50, 60 yards, I'm guessing, so in a little bit I texted my cousin Logan to come out here. He's also part of the pro staff, so he's gonna come out here, help me do the recovery and whatnot, but I got my first deer down on film, which is pretty exciting for me. The obsession just is, I just got this bow, I don't know, not last week, but the weekend before. I ordered another one, another Phoenix, and I mean, it's a sweet looking bow, and it shoots fantastic. I mean, pretty sure I just crushed it. I'm glad I did that. Nice, ethical, clean kill. The other fawn's been walking around just trying to figure out what's going on. She came in probably 20 yards multiple times, less than that a few times, so I already shot 1 deer this year, so I only had 2 doe tags, so didn't really want to shoot another one anyways, so I'm gonna stick to bucks probably for the rest of the year since I got 1 deer down on film. See if we can harvest a nice buck this year, that'd be great. So
Alright guys, I got my cousin Logan behind the camera right now. We're gonna go check out the arrow, check out everything down there, see if we got good blood on it, and then we'll go track the deer. So follow me and we'll see what we can get. Alright. Well, here's our arrow. Oh, still bloody, as you can see by my fingers. Got the broadhead, got some fur in there, so we made contact. Extremely bright, got good blood on the arrow, if you can see that. So we are going to wipe some of this blood off real quick.
It's real easy if you don't got butterfingers.
Try to keep the stuff. These batteries on these are super nice, and they don't go on. No, my fingers are all bloody. They don't go on until you shoot, which saves the battery. And there's a practice switch on them, which makes them great. You can shoot them as much as you want when you're practicing and get them zeroed in. All right, so pick up some blood. I don't know. Got trails going all around through here. It came out of this bottom over here. Well, I can see her right up here actually already. So let's go take a look. Here she is. Or he. Nope, it's a doe. Good. We don't really want to shoot any bucks out here this year, or unless they're big, just because we haven't been seeing a ton of bucks. As you can see, the shot placement was good, clean, ethical shot, which I like to go for because, I mean, I feel really bad if somebody makes a bad shot on a deer just because they suffered a little bit more almost, but they get so much adrenaline pumping through them that, you know, pain isn't the biggest deal to them. But it is October 10th down here in southern Wisconsin. It's a beautiful night. Shot this doe fawn, it looks like. This is my second doe of the year, my first deer kill on film, self-filmed, so I'm pretty proud of this. Still get wound up for every deer I shoot. I haven't shot a ton, so every deer is still extremely special to me. So we'll get her all tagged up, cleaned up, and then we'll get her dragged out here and hopefully cut her up tonight. Thanks for watching. Team Rush Outdoors, Cody Van Haren. Obsession bows, great product. Great night for a hunt.
I hope you enjoyed the show. That's the end of the Whitetail Obsession for this 2 weeks. I'll be coming at you here in another 2 weeks. It'll be the beginning of the pre-rut. Also the start of my vacation. I'll be on vacation for a month straight for hunting, so hopefully we'll be able to put out a couple good deer. But it's getting to be crunch time here in southern Wisconsin on the Oak Ridge, so hopefully we'll get one of them bucks to show up for my nephew Cody Van Haren. You guys just watched his self-film hunt, the first self-film hunt he ever did. I think he did a pretty good job, so hopefully there'll be more to come. Hopefully one of the big boys will show up tonight. We'll be able to bring that to you too, but as of right now, we're still waiting. Thanks for watching. See you guys in 2 weeks.